Start a poll. Uh, I don't know. I'm live.
Right now?
Yes, on JK Live. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. At least 1 minute of video. And you're trying to find me.
Yeah.
You on the JK Live channel?
Stay live right now.
I am. I'm not going nowhere.
Is there a link?
I don't know. There's. It just says live and it's got a thumbnail. I'm trying to figure out how to. It says share, copy link, quick share, message on Instagram, more.
Marcus says he can't find you either.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
I don't either.
Do you want me to try to send you a link through email and see what happens?
Yeah.
All right. I just sent you the link in Gmail to MK Ford.
Yeah.
See what happens. I mean, because if I could always delete it when I'm done.
I know. Does it say anybody's watching?
No, nobody's watching.
Yeah, no, I didn't see anything.
I don't know why.
There you are.
There I am. Okay. There was 2 minutes of awkward silence trying to get my wife to watch this live so she can critique me. No, I'm joking. Um, so as y'all know, it's been a little over two years probably since we started this channel. Well, since we uploaded, and it was basically to our journey from our weight loss. But now it's going to transition to I'm gonna turn it into my channel, my personal thing, stuff like that. There's a lot going on since then. I did some DNA tests to see if I had pre-markers for cancer, which I didn't, genetic. But on the flip side, I did March of this year. I found out I have leukemia. It's called chronic lymphocytic leukemia, and you can always email him the link too, if you want. But back to what I was saying. I was talking to my wife, y'all. Sorry. It's not one of them diseases that's going to kill me in 6 months or a year or anything like that. And when treatment does come, it's not in a chair with chemotherapy. They got some more aggressive forms of leukemia. And eventually down the road, I will go into detail about the different forms of leukemia because I want to become an advocate and bring awareness to adults because I know a lot about I've heard a lot about pediatric leukemia and how it affects kids but I don't really know much about this except for the one I have. Um, so there's a bunch of different markers. There's a flow test, a fish test, things like that. Um, as people know, I've been on disability since 2014, and I was donating plasma to supplement my income. I can no longer do that. So now I can have time to dedicate to things that I really, really want to do. Um, so things like that I want to talk about is first off, whenever you have your blood work done once a year, don't always depend on your doctor to always point out the anomalies or anything like that. If your white blood cells are high or your lymphocytes are high, ask them to retest you in a few months because that may mean something's going on. If your red blood cells are low or if they're too high, always ask questions why are they high or what could be causing it and to come back and be retested to make sure everything's okay because I'm a firm believer if you find something the sooner you find it the better you are to survive it and get it, things like that. And they call this cancer the good cancer. Well, they can all kiss my ass because there's no such thing as good cancer whatsoever. at all. Um, I started a GoFundMe uh, for just. I'm not trying to, like I said, the GoFundMe is only at 2,000, just enough to get me by until I can figure out what to do. I'm going back to school, one way or another. I'm going to finish my degree in criminal justice. That is on the agenda. Second thing is be an advocate for adult leukemia is another thing that I'm working on. So I know y'all probably was wondering what was happening. We when the pandemic hit, we didn't feel up to uploading. Anxiety hit us, and we stayed home a lot, and we just wasn't in. We reached a peak in our journey. We still didn't stop working out. We still didn't stop. We still took our health, priority. We still, you know, worked out, did things like that. We didn't just lay around and get fat. So, you know, and my wife is going to, she's a trooper, y'all. Because when I first found out this diagnosis, I thought it was a death sentence. I really did. I didn't know much about my diagnosis, but I know more now than I did before. I know it's livable. I know I won't die from this. Um, I most likely would probably die from pneumonia or some kind of infection rather than this, because there's a lot of secondary things that can come up from it, especially skin cancer. So I have to take more precaution with the sun, put on sunscreen, things like that. Um, Again, I don't think I could have handled this if I was by myself or just me and my mom. If my wife wasn't here emotionally, and I don't know how I would have reacted to the news of having leukemia. It's there's a I shared. I'm sorry. I joined a CLL support group at the advice of my wife, and I met somebody that lives in like the other side of the river from us, called the West Bank. For y'all that don't know, and he calls himself a CLL nerd because he's been with CLL for 13 plus years. So he's did a lot of research um, to learn about the disease. There's like other types of leukemia, and I'll go into that in different videos, and I'm gonna talk about some of the different blood tests that I have done, that I've had done, and explain. Now, I'm not an expert, but I'll explain to you my results, because everybody else is different. And like the CLL specialist told me the other day that I went and seen, you can have 5 people with the same markers, and not everybody might need treatment sooner than other. Genetics plays a role in it. So the only thing I'm not looking forward to is when my red blood cells decide to crowd, or my white blood cells decide to crowd my liver and spleen to hurt. But they got medicine that'll thing, or lymph nodes getting swollen. So going forward, you know, they have links. Y'all have questions. Y'all have comments. Don't be afraid to ask. Take your health as the number one priority. And it doesn't matter if you don't ever think you're in the greatest health, because there's things that you may not know, underlying conditions that may be a precursor to something else. I had my first colonoscopy, and that scared the crap out of me. Not the test, but what the results could have been. Thankfully, everything was fine. They only found a little 4 millimeter polyp, which is not that big. It's not the test I was scared of. It was the results that might have came out of it. I know everybody's not the same. Everybody handles things different. But I'm not here to bring anybody down. I just want to make people aware that your health is number one priority, whether you exercise, eat healthy. I mean, you can think that you're eating clean. You can tell people, you know, I'm eating clean and I'm eating this and I'm eating that, but you still might not be in the best of health. That's why you should go see a doctor once a year. Or if you think something is wrong, don't be afraid to reach out to your doctor and say, hey, I'm feeling some kind of way. What could it be? Can we figure out? Because the number one issue with leukemia, no matter what stage you are at, is fatigue. So when it comes to that, you have to pay attention to your body. I'm still going to work out. I'm not going to let this stop me from being me. I'm still scared of secondary cancers, but I can't let it stop my life. So if y'all have any questions, comments, don't be afraid to ask. I'm going to try to go live at least once a week on different topics, not just leukemia, but just different things that I like to talk about. This is kind of an outlet for me to kind of get things off my chest and get things off my mind. So I'm gonna stop for now because I don't want to take up too much time. Because with live, I can go on forever, and right now I don't have the setup like I want. But eventually, I will get my camera and my mic, and I'll have my computer, so I'll be able to go live more often than I want. Well, not than I want, but than I would more often, is what I'm trying to say. There probably won't be a lot of edited videos because I'm not good at that. So most of my videos are going to be live. So feedback is, welcomed. If I say anything, anytime that upsets people or hurts them, just let me know. And again, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Y'all all have a wonderful Thursday, and I will talk to y'all next time.